everybody. Welcome to our week number 5 recording instead of a Twitch live stream. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes since we weren't meeting live today to kind of go over some reminders for this week, make sure that you're feeling good and clear about everything. And then I will my dog had a lot to say about that. And then post that extra credit as well with this video so that you can answer that and get those points this week. But hard to believe we are in week number 5. The first fourth of our semester is done and over. And now we are in week number 5. And I did send out an email with some feedback. Overall, a lot of you did really, really well on that first exam and did great with that first part of like APA formatting. So really nicely done. What I want to focus on, just kind of giving you some quick reminders for week number 5. This week we start chapter 3, and I divided chapter 3 up into 2 different parts. So you're only covering the first part this week, pages 55 to 66. What we're starting to look at now, we're going to start getting more into kind of the core topics of what we have going on in this research methods class. So we've been talking about, how do we evaluate sources? How do we think scientifically? What is APA formatting? How do we know when we're plagiarizing or not? Now we're going to start getting into the different types of claims and different types of validities, really things that will follow us through the rest of the class. So this week, the first part of chapter 3 is looking at frequency and association and causal claims. What are variables? I gave you a little bit more here about those different types of claims and a little more information about them. On the Beyond the Book page, there's a little bit more here. A big focus of this week is on correlational research versus experiments. And so we're looking at different types of correlation, the different strengths of correlation, the advantages and disadvantages of being at home. My cats are fighting with each other. So, oh, by the way, we decided to name this little guy Noodle. So Noodle says hello. He's like super spicy. He's a spicy noodle right now. He and my giant cat Rolly are fighting with each other in the background. But anyway, back to focusing in. Kitties are distracting. So what you're looking at here are the different types of correlation, positive, negative, and zero. The differences between correlation and causation. I made a little video about that, so make sure to watch that. And then, as always, on the last page, you have your key terms that you need to know for the next exam. If you didn't do as well as you would like on the first exam, you might try studying like one chapter at a time. So what you could always do, nothing like being attacked while you're talking, what you could always do is study these terms this week and then next week add the next ones and so on. That might be something that's really helpful for you if you didn't do as well as you would like. And also do the extra credit opportunities, which will add up and maybe make up for some lost points. So again, a lot of you should be very happy with how you did. So make sure you read through the lecture. Make sure you read the first part of chapter 3 in the textbook. I also have your lecture video, as always, for you to watch with some PowerPoint slides. The discussion for this week, discussion number 5. As usual, you have my instructions and video, which I would recommend reading through and watching. And then what you're going to do is read this little article here about 8 ways that screens are ruining your family's life. I want you to, number 1, summarize the article in a couple of sentences. Be sure to kind of include the findings and conclusions in your summary. And then number 2, thinking about the 3 types of claims. What type of claim is the author making in the article? Is it frequency, association, or causal? Is the author's claim accurate or justified? In other words, is the type of claim that they're making actually the correct type of claim? So hint, if you're having trouble determining the type of claim, think about whether the variables were measured, were they manipulated, are they related or causing each other? Try to think about those things. And I want you to really focus on what are they claiming and do they have the right to make that claim, right? Is that actually the type of claim that it should be? I'd also like you to find 2 different examples in the article in terms of terms or variables that need to be operationalized. So that need to have some kind of definition in order to be successfully measured or evaluated. There's a whole ton of them that they don't define or operationalize very well. So find me 2. And then 4, think about a potential third variable effect or the directionality effect. how could any of the variables or aspects of this article be possibly explained? So I'd like you to think about all those things. Make sure you really elaborate and show off your knowledge and understanding of the material. Kind of an interesting article, I think, as well as something we can all maybe potentially relate to. Screen time is definitely a big thing in my house with my 3 little girls. So I hope you enjoy the opportunity to kind of think critically and apply everything with that. You also do have a little self-assessment that I would like you to take this week. So the self-assessment is just your opportunity to kind of consider your progress and grades and approach to the class so far. It's worth 5 points. There are no right or wrong answers. I'm just looking that you can tell me, are you happy with how you're doing? Is there anything you want to do differently? You're kind of giving my some feedback to me and also to yourself in a sense. It's a good time to kind of think about your own thinking and promote that growth and learning through assessing where you're at so far in the class. So make sure to do that. It is worth 5 points. Be honest, right? Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. This is more for you than anything else. I will post the video. Obviously, if you're watching it here, you found it right here under the recording. And I'll post the extra credit question right above it so that you can answer that if you would like by clicking on the optional Twitch extra credit for this week. So hopefully everyone is doing well, hanging in there with all of the rain that we got. We get a little bit of a break today. Looks like maybe a little more rain tonight, but then it's going to dry out for a little while and hopefully give everything a chance to kind of settle before we get that next little spurt of rain. So anyway, I hope you're all doing really well and hanging in there. Noodle says goodbye. Someone is starting to finally calm down and get a little sleepy. Thank goodness. Otherwise, have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will see you all next week for our week number 6 Twitch live stream. And also, don't forget to double check your subscription status on Twitch because it's only good for 30 days. I would imagine that a lot of you have fallen off at this point. So it might not be a bad idea to check that, figure out how to renew it before we meet up again next week. So thank you all. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, have a wonderful, wonderful week.